Hey, YouTube viewers, it's Simpson Michael from 3 Productions bringing you my 313th podcast. This is my 313th podcast. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand me. And also, I'll try to do my best not to breathe so hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. Anyway, let's get into this podcast topic. Now, for all you Chicago Fire fans and Chicago Med fans and Chicago PD fans, that if you have not heard, if you had not heard this news by now, turns out the fourth Chicago series called Chicago Justice has been canceled. So basically, if you got a fan of the Chicago TV series, you know, turns out the fourth Chicago show, Chicago Justice, has been canceled. Now, those of you who's not familiar or not fans of the Chicago franchise, you know, of the Chicago TV franchise. Now, Chicago Justice is based off of the Chicago Justice Department. Excuse me a minute. I got something to my piece. Sorry, y'all. Alright, I got it. Anyway, like I said, Chicago Justice is a show based off the lives of the prosecutors, the investigators, and DAs of the Chicago Justice Department. So basically, it's like we seeing the lives of the prosecutors and the DAs, the other lawyers, and that of Chicago and shit like that. So basically, and also Chicago Justice is a spin-off show from it's also a spin-off show from Chicago Fire. Being Chicago Fire is a show all about the lives, based on the lives of firefighters that work for the fire department of Chicago. Now the second spin-off show is called Chicago PD. That is based off the lives of cops that work for the Chicago police. That works for the Chicago Police Department. So basically, based on the lives of Chicago cops. Now the third, the second series, the second Chicago spin-off series is called Chicago Med. That is based off the lives of the doctors, nurses, and administrators that work at that work at a Chicago hospital. So so basically this gives you a base idea, Chicago Fire is the first Chicago series. Chicago PD is the second. That got split off from Chicago Fire. Then you had Chicago Med, and finally you had Chicago Justice. So anyway, this was. So basically, Actually, the head of NBC told Dick Wolf that they did not renew did not renew Chicago Justice for a second season, even though it did better than Jail's cop show called Chase the Blue. It actually did better than. You can look this up. It actually did better than J-Lo's show, Shades of Blue, in its second season. So basically, the Shades of Blue was on its second season, but it did better than Shades of Blue, and it still got canceled. But anyway, Dick Wolf was not happy about the cancellation of Chicago Justice. Now, Dick Wolf and the other producers and the other producers and writers for the other three Chicago series had big plans for this year. Once Chicago Fire comes back for his sixth season, and had big plans for a major crossover. Had two big plans for two major crossovers. Right now, Chicago Fire is done filming its sixth season. Chicago PD is done its fifth season, and Chicago Met is done its third season. So basically, they wanted to bring back they wanted to do a major. So basically, Big Wolf plans for it, if Chicago Justice got renewed for a second season, they wanted to premiere the second season of Chicago Justice at the same time as the other. At the same period of the other three Chicago shows, but since it got canceled, it's not going to happen. But it also two major crossovers. Now, the first crossover will be a major crossover with all four Chicago shows. Now, the second crossover will be all four Chicago shows do a crossover with Law and Order SPU during season 19 sorry. I got something between my teeth, y'all, so basically, it's making me kind of hard for me to speak very clearly at the moment, so you just have to bear with me. So anyway, so basically, the first crossover will be just the four Chicago shows together. The second crossover will be all four Chicago shows doing a crossover with Law and Order SPU during season 19 of Law and Order SPU, but they can still do the crossovers, but that means that they will have less time to incorporate or they can still do these major crossovers they can still use the cast from Chicago Justice to still do these major crossovers, but it will be more or less time. So basically, they'll have to fit a lot of characters in these crossovers with less time. So basically, like, usually when it comes to a crossover with Chicago, with any of the Chicago shows, usually it starts off with Chicago Fire, then Chicago PD, then Med, then after, then if the Justice for the, got picked up for the second season, the crossover will probably in Justice. But since Justice did not got picked up, then got picked up for a second season, that means it's there is it will start in fire and the crossover will in Chicago Med. So basically that that they can still do crossovers and still use the Chicago Justice. Like they can still I mean, what I'm trying to say is they can still do the Chicago show. They can still do a crossover with the other three Chicago shows, but and still use the cast members from Chicago Justice in those crossovers. But that needs to, but they were just squeezing a lot of characters in less time during these crossovers. So basically, like even though the show is canceled, the cast members from Chicago Justice, even though the show is canceled, they will that means that we might see more of the cast of Chicago Justice featuring in you see more of the cast of Chicago Justice featuring in the other three Chicago shows once they come back for the season premieres. So basically, after watching the first season of Chicago Justice, I figured it was a pretty good show. It had 13 episodes first season, but they were pretty good. They were very good 13 episodes for its first season. So basically, I think that that NBC should get Chicago Justice a second season to hope wrap things up when they left off into season 1. So basically, overall, I love this. So basically, I'm a big fan of all the Chicago shows. I like the. So basically, I like all the Chicago shows. It's a shame that that Chicago Justice got canceled after one season. It did better than a second season. But it is what it is. So anyway, what do you guys think about this? Think about this. Do you like this? Sorry. Damn thing in my case just killing me. Do you think that Chicago Justice deserves a second season, or did you think that Chicago Justice first season was good? Please let me know with the comments below this podcast. And like always, this is Cynthia Michael. Sign off. 1.